Good evening, everybody. This is the Four Quarters Podcast. I am Kenneth Bowman. I will be joined by my co-hosts Daniel, Joseph, and Cullen. If you guys tuned into our first episode of Four Quarters, thank you so much for tuning in. We really enjoyed the experience. And this is your first time. I hope you come back. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, etc. And Joseph, start us off, man.
Oh, we're good. It's good. So, first of all, I want to just tell everybody right now, we will be at Star Pizza tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Come join and come meet us. You can't forget, Star Pizza, the best pizza in the whole city. I think in the whole world, honestly. I'm a big back though. Buffet. Hey, shout out to Mr. Towns right there. We go ahead and give them.
Star Pizza.
Star Pizza.
Got anything else to say, Kenneth?
You might say some Star Pizza.
Yes, sir. But yeah, no, come and say what's up to us. Unfortunately, Mr. Cullen won't be there. He's busy with some work this week, but in the future he will be there. But come say what's up to me, Kenneth, Daniel, and we'll have a great time.
The Washington location.
Washington location.
Yes. Or any of it. We might just be at all three at the same time. You never know. But let's get into it. I guess I can ask, Joseph, Daniel, Cullen, what did you guys think about the performance against West Virginia? Yo, what up, Kev?
Big Kev. How you doing, buddy?
Star Pizza.
Hello, Kev. Media Kev, everybody.
Actually, before we even talk about West Virginia, I had a little topic I wanted to bring up. I'm going to ask the chat and ask y'all. It's a New Year's. I don't know why I didn't ask anybody about this last week, but I think Cullen will be right back. I'm going to ask about New Year's resolutions or goals. Anybody set some? Anybody have any updates on that you want to get into real quick? I know I have a couple. I can start if you want.
Yeah, I don't have any New Year's resolution. I think that's all you, man.
My thing is just getting right with God, moving forward, and just stepping into every opportunity that I can. We knew about this podcast a little bit, and just trying to grow this and be more active with my voice and using my talent. So I think that's pretty good so far. Any with y'all?
I'll go ahead and share mine. Well, actually, I have nothing to share. Not gonna lie. I'm not really a resolution kind of guy. I just try and, I guess, not to sound corny, I just try and do my best every day. But I'm not really the kind of guy just because the year ends to try and change my life, January 1st. So
Can you put that on the shirt, bro? Can we start quoting Daniel? Because I just
got philosophical or nothing.
Anyone was wondering why I disappeared. I was struggling with the audio, and the first thing I hear is Daniel drop a bar. So bravo. But I'm assuming you guys are talking about New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has everybody shared theirs?
I'm the only one with one.
Just Joseph. I didn't have one.
Wow, my audio is struggling again. I can't hear y'all, but I'm gonna go ahead and share mine. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'd say mine is just to grow in my craft. I think there's a lot I have to work on, a lot I have to learn, and my resolution is just to grow from the people around me. So the other 3 quarters, Kenneth, Daniel, Joseph, these are guys I'm looking to learn from and learn with.
You make me feel special.
Let's go.
Appreciate it. It's all good.
They'll be calling.
But I think that's something we're gonna start a new thing called quotes from Uncle Daniel. Where to listen?
Listen, I'm 9 months older than you, man.
It's all good, bro. But no, he's just we appreciate your words of wisdom. It goes a long way.
You're welcome. I'm wise beyond my years.
Beyond your years, I don't know, bro. You're 37.
Wow.
I do not look 37. That's a good 37. Crazy.
But yeah, no, I kind of wanted to segue into this because we had a couple great games, not just West Virginia. This weekend we had Baylor as well. Really dominant performance from the Cougars, and I think I wanted to get into it. Any specific performances that stuck out to y'all that you want to bring up?
Over just these past 2 games, I really like the aggressiveness from Isaiah Harwell. He's putting up his shots. He's not really knocking them down, but he's getting them up. I like that play they drew for him against West Virginia, that out of bounds with the layup. He ended up knocking it down. And I mean, Kelvin Sampson seems pretty confident on him, just with his aggressiveness, the shots he's getting. I mean, he's taking good shots. So eventually they're going to fall. And then you just have to think about that's a guy that didn't have a summer, so he's still just trying to figure things out. But they're looking for him to be aggressive. They're looking for him to get shots up. And I like the consistency and even then he's not making any shots, but defensive side of the ball, he's been kind of a beast. He's been guarding dudes. He's been locking people up. I really liked him against Texas Tech. Defensively, he just wasn't able to finish the game because he had to get out due to injury.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in Waco, it's funny because I was sitting there with you watching the game, and has there ever been a guy off the bench with that big of a green light in a single game than Isaiah Harwell had against Baylor? He put up 12 threes. It's unreal. I mean, he shot I think he went 4 for 12, I believe. But I mean, it's good to see a guy like him, a freshman, a guy who didn't have
4 for 14 actually.
4 for 14, even crazier. But good to see that he's getting confident. A guy who didn't have a summer, like you said, getting confident, kind of finding that shot. It's going to fall eventually, but for sure, if there's one thing that the Cougars need, it's kind of a spark off the bench. So hopefully, guys like him and Mercy can kind of bring that to the team.
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking about it all weekend. I gotta give love to my boy Chase. You know what I mean? I think I wanted to say this in the first podcast, and even going back to our first circles on Twitter. Or X, my fault. It's what it's called now. I think.
Hey, live your truth, bro. Live your truth.
It's Twitter for me. It's Twitter for me. But I remember saying it. What you should expect to see from this team moving forward is the freshmen starting to grow. And look at where we are now. We have 4 freshmen. Kevin Sampson was talking about it this morning that are playing a lot and they're playing well. And I think everybody has so much to say about the team in the beginning of the season. Now we're closer to the middle of the season. They're starting to hit their stride. You're starting to see the identity form. You're seeing great performances from Kingston, who we knew they knew he was him from the jump. Just like you said, Isaiah Harwell. I think he's going to be one of them ones. I think he's a super special player, and he's finally catching up to speed. He didn't have that whole summer to play at college level. Then Christian Nack, he cut his hair, and I saw a tweet.
Yeah, I saw that tweet too.
Reverse Samson, but he keep playing like a strong, big man, like an NBA big man. And just like Samson said, he may have not hit his stride yet, but he's putting up strong performances. And I love the way Chase McCarty is playing. I don't think I've seen him go in a game and have bad minutes. And I think I really like him. If you want to get into it, Daniel, I know you had a lot to say about it. Oh, Ed Kenneth, you had a lot to say about it too. Coach Simpson, when he's playing the 3, he's doing some great things. And I think that's a mismatch that you can look forward to with U of H moving forward.
And I think we can segue into that clip, Daniel, about where Chase has been playing at on the floor.
Sounds good. 3, 2, 1.
But I've watched Isaiah, watched JoJo, watched Khalifa, and I watched Mercy. Playing Chase and Ramon at in the backcourt to help our offensive rebounding has made a difference. That we did that against Baylor. Chase had 5 offensive rebounds, and I think every one of them was at the 3 and not the 4. So, during the course of the year, coaches are always probing, looking, figuring out ways to make the team better, and sometimes it affects other guys' playing time. But at the end of the day, my job is to put our team in the best position to be successful.
Yeah, that was a great clip. That last quote, his job is to put his team in the best position to be successful. Sometimes fans don't understand that. Even the last podcast, we had a lot of comments where people were like, is Sampson wrong here? But he sees so much of these guys that he knows things we couldn't even imagine. And if that means cutting some minutes to allow a player to develop, and even if the development isn't necessarily in their listed position or isn't all offensive, it's still for a reason, So that's one vision I'll never doubt, ever.
I think it's just interesting that he mentioned that about Chase, because I was, Daniel, we were at in Waco, and Chase was out there at the 3 with the 2 other bigs, which is something that we haven't seen this year. And I like the switch about that he did that, because honestly, I wasn't necessarily a fan of Chase playing big man minutes. It's just a matchup issue. The small ball stuff works sometimes, but it's just a matchup issue trying to put Chase out there with other going against other bigs and trying to get rebounds. But when he's at that 3 position, I think he fits. It's more natural for him, and that was the position he played. I mean, he came in as a guard, but he's 6'6", so I think that 3 spot is very natural for Chase, and it allows him to thrive in his role. 3 and D, get rebounds and knock down threes, because I think Chase is probably the best shooter on this team.
Certainly at the corner, that's his spot. But
For sure.
honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. I think the 3 is more of a natural position for him. We did see him kind of fill in at the 4. Not sure if we really saw him truly play the 5, but regardless, he came in as a big. I think small forward is more of a natural position to him.
Yeah, I think he did play a couple minutes at 5 earlier in the season against some of the earlier teams like Middle Tennessee. But that was more so with JoJo being in foul trouble and Chris being in foul trouble. That's not a problem anymore. I'm going to go ahead and just say this. I think Chase McCarty playing at the 3 gives this team a big advantage. I was kind of getting into that a little bit, because now that he's had those minutes playing the 4, playing big man ball, but then now you can swing him out there and playing the D, 3 and D role. He's a good perimeter defender as well. You have all the ability to roll with any type of lineup moving forward, and there shouldn't be a single type of matchup that this team will be bad with moving forward.
Somebody just said, Ashton Porter. Did he commit?
Yes,
Big
sir.
time.
Was gonna go ahead and let you segue into it, but big time right there, Ashton Porter, former 4-star DN, playing at Oregon, just committed to Cougs. So more transfer portal news for the University of Houston Cougars football team. I think we're gonna get into that a little bit more later, but super exciting time to be a Cougar. I love the way that boy plays. He's from Cy Ridge, right?
Cy Ranch, I believe. Cy Ranch.
I get all the sides confused, and I'm from Houston, man. Kenneth, you're better than me.
Ballers coming. Ballers here.
You heard it here first.
Ballers have arrived.
Hey, I'm letting y'all know. Hey, if you aren't in TDECU coming up this fall, you are missing out. I'm gonna let you know. It's your own thing.
That's gonna be cinema every week. It's gonna be a movie every week. What's up, Brad? Hey man, Brad's gonna be at Star Pizza tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all tap in with Brad.
Him and Daniel are gonna have a big back competition. So
yes, sir. Look at Brad.
It's David versus Goliath. That's what we're calling it.
Yep. Porter.
Yes, sir.
Ballers here.
Nah, hey, put him up. Bruh, that's outrageous. Put it.
Hey, why am I not seeing GoCoogs, bro?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yes, sir.
Oh, what's up, Michael? What's up?
Yeah,
he's coming home, man. Hey, they had a couple of other guys in that on that Oregon D line that are from Houston with Houston ties getting the portal. So that might not be the last one.
Hey, they coming home. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is that the second or third Oregon player to?
That's the second. They got
second.
Makai Hughes.
You guys know Toby Hastrip? I don't know if I think he might have been a red shirt, but I know he's from Houston. He just hit the transfer portal from Oregon. I could see him going to U of H. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, he's a beast.
Joseph probably know.
I'm the football guy.
Yeah, fill us in for those that don't know.
Oh, you want me to go talk about him right now?
Just a little bit.
I mean, okay, but I'm gonna get into the ones that are already committed to U of H, because I don't want to sow some seeds when it's not confirmed yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ashton Porter is going to be big time. He's a big time get. You know, he brings to the room, I think, something that we need moving forward. Eddie Wall's fantastic pass rusher, but we're losing him to the draft. He had no more eligibility left. Now we got Latravion McCutcheon, we got Brandon Mack, and now Ashton Porter on top of that. On top of, I forgot his name, old dude from Oklahoma State that just transferred in. So now you got a revamped D line that can get after the quarterback. But not only that, with the additions you have behind it, they're going to do a great job stopping the run as well. And I think that's a point of emphasis that they had in this transfer portal, is getting players that are solid, athletic, and rangy to be able to shut down a run and then getting 2 corners to come back and lock down the pass game. So, like I said, it's an exciting time to be a Coug. I'm gonna get into it a little bit more later. We're gonna get into it, but Ashton Porter, big get. You heard it here first. Make sure you tag us.
But some people really did hear it first. A lot of you really did hear it first. So don't forget that. Don't forget where.
Damn.
Well,
Read
Paperboy.
Read Paperboy. But
Jack Harlow on a Mesa. Let's go ahead and pin that.
Back to
this is the desert actually.
Yeah.
I'm in Arizona. I'm preparing
you
myself.
You guys
for
can hear me, right? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you.
You can't? Okay, I might as well go ahead and explain my technical difficulties before we get any further then. For anybody who is watching, who is listening, I am currently out of town. I am in Dallas. I'm competing in a pitch competition with the Dallas Mavericks. So although my technology is suffering, it's for a good cause. Tomorrow's the final day. So bear with me, and next week my service will be perfect and you won't have to worry about that. And on that note, I also cannot guarantee my presence for the entire episode. I do have to practice my pitch.
Doing big things.
Yeah, duty calls, man. The next future Dallas Maverick, Cullen.
Hey man, I'm a quarter right now, bro. I'm a 4 quarter. That's the only role that matters to me.
Yeah. Hey man,
Fair
all
enough,
I'm saying.
fair enough.
I know we said Kenneth is Beyonce, and then Cullen is Mr. Motion. Who's got the kitty?
Who that? I was gonna ask that, but
We ain't gonna worry about that. Let me go fix that. That's me. Ignore the cat in the background.
I've been excited to be a Coug since the 5 Slimmer Jammer Jays in the early 80s. Yo. Hey, man. Shout out George, man.
Shout out. What a time to be alive.
long time.
Yeah. George is holding it down for everybody.
Hopefully they get a natty for you soon.
For sure. But let's get back into this this basketball. I know we got a little sidetracked with the portal news.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was funny what the West Virginia coach said about he was like, what is that? Oh yeah, any guy don't know. Boom. Shout out Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Appreciate that. Don't know.
Shout out my boy Andrew.
Supporting the GoCoogs NIL fund.
Yup.
I forgive you for calling me Jack Harlow now. Appreciate it.
But when West Virginia coach, he said it was just old fashioned tail whipping. Just what was you guys? I know Daniel, you were in there. Would you react to that?
I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time?
The West Virginia coach, his comments about Samson or the team. It was just he said it was just a good old fashioned tail whipping.
I mean, the truth is the truth. One thing I will say though about Big 12 coaches, I don't think I've ever seen a group of coaches with so much respect for each other. Every time, well, we see it mostly with Samson because that's the coach we see the most, obviously. But the first thing that comes out of his mouth is usually praising the other team. Oh, that was a hard-fought game. You know, they got a great coach, great program, or on the road, great environment, great fan base. But you see the same from other coaches, the way they talk about this program specifically. So lots of respect from the West Virginia coach. You know, what they did is tough. Coach kind of talked about it in after the game. Beating Kansas, turning around, not really getting the time to rest, and then having to come into Fertitta, play a team that was just in the national championship game. It's tough. Not a lot of teams can do that. And unfortunately, you know, maybe they didn't have their legs under them, but it's tough to play 2 programs like that back to back.
And I think it was more so the emotion aspect he was getting at, just the high that West Virginia got from taking down a team like Kansas. And then you have to turn around and take down another giant in the conference in Houston. And just we were talking about this before we started the show, but West Virginia, they beat Kansas by 11 points. And then Houston just smokes West Virginia a couple nights ago. And then that same Kansas team that lost to a team that Houston blew out, they just went and smoked the number 2 team in the nation in Iowa State. And that's just the Big 12.
Yeah. To your point, any given night, man. We saw it. I think we can all agree Tech was probably the toughest game for this team so far. But that Cincinnati game was also really, really tough. And you look at Cincinnati's record right now in Big 12 play, I believe they're on 4. So it just goes to show the level of competition in this conference.
And I was going to go ahead and say that to Coach Sampson's credit, I believe he's now 37 or 38-4 since joining the Big 12. Because you just said it, it's any given day because it's Big 12 basketball. You don't know who's you're going to go into. You don't know what type of games your player's going to play. But for somehow, some way, Coach Sampson finds a way. You know what I mean? So, and it's really a testament to the culture he's built to be able to go against the Kansases, the blue blood programs like Arizona, and all these teams that have been a lot of historical success and still find a way to win and dominate at the level that the Cougars have the past 3 years since joining the Big 12.
It's a different league, man.
Different league.
Yeah, second best league in the world is what they say.
Yeah.
Second.
Shout out your mark.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it though? Like, do we actually realistically think it's the second best league in the world
This year, especially? Yeah.
It might be.
League? Does that count?
It
I'm
might be.
gonna give you a hot take. I think the 4 best teams in the country are in the Big 12.
Oh, I meant like all leagues, to be honest.
It's
Like
like
NBA's
world.
one.
Oh, you talking about like La Liga and all those Euro leagues and stuff like that?
Yeah.
What does
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. Like, ooh.
what does January 24th look like for the Cougars?
Shout out Cullen. Wait, you supposed to be looking back
Cullen.
here?
Yeah, Cullen. You're supposed to be on video, Cullen. What's going on? Yeah, Cullen's having technical difficulties, so he's in the chat today.
It's all good. I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that though, because I do believe it. We see James Nanji, a couple other players coming back into college basketball right now, because I think the talent level from sports and college level, it was the NIL era, transfer portal era, has just risen to that high of a level to where I can confidently say, I think I'm taking some college basketball teams over your league's team right now. I'm saying it.
You're taking it over the NBL?
No, I'm gonna be real. I can't go that far because you got some real deal ballers in the NBL. I'm pretty sure isn't Armani Brooks?
Is he
doing
in
something?
NBA? I don't know where that dude's at.
Let me check right now.
I know he's doing something overseas and he's been balling.
For Olimpia Milano, he's playing in the Italian league.
Italian league. Okay, I thought he was NBL, but yeah.
There's talent overseas though, and a lot of that talent comes from college. So I don't know. Realistically, probably not, but college, I would say comfortably the toughest conference at this moment.
Yeah, I would say I think he was also saying that more of an entertainment factor.
Looks like they were in World War I.
He said they were shell shocked.
Yeah, 7. Like you pull them out by 29 points. Like that was just. I really don't think they were prepared. But I mean, then again, I feel like when you're playing a Houston team, there's only so much you can do. It's hard to simulate a game in practice, and you really just don't know what you're going to get until you step in between those lines. And yeah, those guys just out the gate. I think they started off like what was it, like 15-5, 20-5, something like that. Like
They had 2 field goals in the first 13 minutes.
Yeah, they had 5 points up until 15 minutes.
Yeah, U of H was just on go from the tip, and we didn't see that in Baylor. There was 14-6 to start, and then they were feeling themselves a little bit. I feel like in Waco, we talked about this on the space, man. Waco, that's like the only arena I've been to that's too loud. Like we're in the top of the lower bowl, and they're playing those loud ass speakers, and it's just like everything is just rumbling around. And it's like everything is right. Like every time something happens, their announcers are just like screaming into the mic. It was a little overwhelming to say, but I guess that's how they enjoy it. We only got to go there once.
I do.
Honestly, go ahead. My bad.
I will say it is a beautiful facility, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like the venue.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, I kind of liked it. Yeah, because the way they build it, it's intended to be real steep. So I guess the sound kind of stays in. Shout out Seth Curry, 99 cents. Thank you.
Come on, Seth.
Curry? Is that
Come on,
Almost 4
Seth.
quarters.
Seth's supposed to give
Almost
Seth,
four.
he's supposed to give us more than that. You're Seth Curry.
Yes, me, bro. You got that NBA.
Appreciate it,
bread.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I appreciate it, Seth. Man, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the way it's intended for the sound to be like that. One thing I will say that I agreed with you that you said in the space, the music was really loud. And then the music selection as well was very interesting. They were playing like dubstep to hype up the crowd. I thought that was an interesting choice.
It's Baylor, man. Wake up.
And then it would switch, like they were playing like just like some, it's just like some regular like Little Baby or something, and then it's just like you get dubstep, whatever remix to like some other random song.
It was very interesting, but I mean, if that's what, I guess that's what they like out in Waco.
Yeah, shout out.
Beautiful
Shout out
campus.
Waco.
Though. I was actually telling my dad that when I got home. I was like, man, Baylor, it's a really nice campus.
I ain't got nothing on Houston though. So the H's up. Yeah,
Centennial Project coming soon, man.
I was gonna say though, we were talking about the game. I don't think we said anything about this. They shut down those guards down. Like we look at Baylor. We were talking about it before the game. They came in and immediately took them out the game, and they had no answer. Like we just said, they had 5 points for the first 15 minutes. They didn't know where to go, and I don't think they were expecting for our big men to play the way they were playing to come out the game. The University of Houston, like Chris Sinak going in, like I said, I think he's grown up coming into 2026, making those strong plays in the paint. Same thing with JoJo. He's getting his touch real nice around the paint. And when you kind of like what you were just saying, Kenneth, when you could come into a game expecting like what you think the game's gonna look like, but I think we're seeing now moving forward. We still play mobile. That's a good one. But
can we get some sicko mode up in here?
I'm playing in sicko mode. But no, I was just gonna say, like, I think it's a good point. Like, you were just saying, like, you could have an expectation of what the game's going on, but I think this team has so much depth and talent that no matter what the game plan is, Coach Sampson's gonna pivot and find a way to win. I wanted to see what your opinion was that, because we were talking about Carr, and I don't know how to say his name, so I'm gonna be careful here. The other guard they got.
Yesufu. The Anthony Edwards clone.
Yep.
I didn't see it.
They locked that up. He wasn't on none. And honestly, they just overtook Baylor. Baylor was overrun towards the end of the game. They were just trying to get back to the locker room. I think it got so bad. Really, one thing I really enjoyed watching against Baylor was the offensive rebounding and then all of the tip outs. Every shot, it was just tip out. Chris is in there, JoJo's in there, Chase is in there. Chase had 6 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, and a lot of them was tip outs. And Kelvin Sampson said after that game, is tip outs, doing the tip outs. That's something that they really emphasized in practice, and we seen it in the game. And especially as an opponent, when you're they're shooting up a shot and then they miss and they get 3 offensive rebounds on the same possession, there's just nothing you can do as what can you do when they just keep, and they're gonna make one of them eventually if they just keep getting the ball back. And that's just what the U of H team does. They always say they're not a first shot team. And that's kind of what they do. We'll put up a shot, but if we miss it, we don't care because we're gonna go in there and get the rebound.
Yeah, and I was gonna get into that because you also saw that continue into the game against West Virginia. Just like I was just saying, we were talking about Carr and Yesufu. We were worried about them going into. I know West Virginia fans, especially, we're talking a lot about Honor Huff coming into the game, and I don't know. Quote me if I'm wrong. But we didn't really see him do much. And then from what I've seen, I wasn't at the game like you two were. I just immediately see like you see the light from the other teams just start to dim because they don't have an answer and they don't know what to do. So being courtside, I wanted to see what your opinion is.
Yeah, I just pulled up the stats. Honor of 36.4% from the field.
Yeah, 4 for 11.
13 points, 2 assists. Pretty much took him out of the game entirely, which is the same thing they did to Tunde in Waco. Same thing they did to Christian Anderson at Fertitta. That's what they do. They take out the best team's guards. They lock them up. Doesn't matter if you got Kingston on you. Doesn't matter if you have Milos on you. Doesn't matter if you have Emmanuel on you. Even if you get past them, you got to deal with JoJo in the paint. That's just how defensively well-rounded that team is.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all saw, but the West Virginia coach said he thinks E-Man is the best perimeter defender in the country.
I'd agree.
I don't think there is anybody that would disagree in the Big 12. So,
any inside scoop between Sacco and the coaching staff once Campson called time out, 15 seconds from the first half? Sacco was angry and Fleming was trying to bring Sacco. Just being nosy. I honestly don't really recall that moment. But I don't think anything, to be honest. It's Sampson. The thing is, Kelvin Sampson, he'll probably get on the guy, and then the next possession, he's cheering him up, he's hugging him. So I wouldn't really look too much into that. Khalifa probably did something Sampson didn't like that in that moment, and of course, Sampson's gonna make him hear let him hear about it. Which as a coach, I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. If the player is on the floor does something that you don't like, you gotta let him know, address it right away. And I'm pretty sure they're good. I don't think there's any beef between Mr. Sacco and Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah, pretty much what he said. That game, I was sitting right there by the bench on the court. Usually when something like that happens, it's probably a missed assignment, poor effort on a rebound. It could be any given thing, but that's just Sampson every night. He'll be mad at you, then you'll make a great play and he'll forget it happened. Yeah, that's just the intensity of Coach Sampson. Probably nothing to read into too much.
I was going to say this. If it was something that you would need to read into, I promise you Coach Sampson would have it handled. We did get into it a little bit in the circle. But I don't think you should read into anything courtside with intensity. These guys are with each other all day, every day. They have built a relationship to where they understand what they signed up for and who they signed to before they even got to the school. And that's something I can say from my own perspective, like going and playing in at least a similar environment back at Abilene Christian. It's just, what you're going to, and this is people you can look up to. Coach Sampson said it himself. He doesn't talk to parents because he's going to know who he's signing, who he's recruiting, and they know what they're coming into. So I don't think any interaction on court will ever need to be overanalyzed or overlooked or even overthought until Coach Sampson himself said something about it. That's just something I have to do.
All right, I think
yes, I agree.
Somebody said some Star Pizza. Star Pizza.
Star Pizza.
Shout out Star Pizza. We'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, we will be at Star Pizza tomorrow. Make sure y'all go check them out. 50 years in the business of serving pizza, which is kind of insane. 3 locations, reverse happy hour, pasta, pizza, salads, etc. Everything you can ask for. Star Pizza, go check them out, man.
What's everybody's favorite pizza topping?
Definitely, I say pepperoni. You gotta have some good pepperoni.
Daniel was born in 1937, so it's probably anchovies.
Good pepperoni, good sausage. Pause.
I'm gonna just ignore you, Joseph. Crazy.
Anchovies. I don't know. Y'all, I gotta ask this because I think this is the question of the hour. Pineapple go on pizza or not?
I rock with a pineapple on pizza.
You know what? I never liked pineapple on pizza. I always thought it was super weird. But then I went to Hawaii and I was like, man, this is like the perfect place to try Hawaiian pizza. And I got it.
Hawaii.
Before I knew you, man. This was like 4 years ago. Oh, nope.
No.
Normally it depends. Like if I'm just getting like a normal pizza from Domino's, I don't want pineapple on that. But if I'm in Hawaii and I'm getting pizza from Domino's, I want pineapple on it. It just feels right. Me too. Vegetables.
That's my mom in the chat.
Oh, hey. I miss Bowman. I like vegetables on my pizza too.
I'm a vegetable on pizza. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would take anything but anchovies and mushrooms. I'm cool off those.
If you had to have one topping though, what would it be?
Pause when I say this, but Italian sausage.
It's got to be cheese, no?
No,
it's a trick question.
That's not a topping, bro.
I'm lactose, first of all, so I don't like that much cheese on my pizza. I'm gonna be real with you.
Cheese is not.
Why would you order a cheese pizza?
Why would you get pizza with no cheese?
Why wouldn't it just be pizza? You got to specify cheese because it's a topping.
All right, bro. Now you're getting all this off topic. Is regardless of the situation, every piece you go get, unless you get in a margarita, is gonna have cheese on it.
We're going to Star Pizza on Washington Avenue.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 11:30.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Speaking of like flats and flat pizza, thin crust, big crust, I want to talk about the U of H big men because they were shutting down the flats on the court.
That was good. I like that. Hold on. Bear with me.
Thank you. We're going to have a couple matchups coming up this Sunday. We got Arizona State. They just played a great game against. Correct me, it was Arizona, right? Or is Iowa State?
Arizona State versus Arizona.
They took them down to the wire, and if I'm being real, that is yes, sir. I just wanted to bring it up because I was watching that game. I remember we were talking about it. They were up all the way up until basically the last couple of minutes where the talent for Arizona ultimately took over. When you have one scoring option, it's going to be hard to win any high scoring game. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be an easy matchup. You were just saying it earlier. Big 12 basketball, you don't know what you're going to expect. So any previews or any thoughts y'all would want to bring up before the game?
Yeah, honestly, Arizona put up a very good fight, better than what I expected. I think we heard from the point guard. What's his name on Arizona State? The guard.
I can look it up for you, but I don't know.
I forgot his name, but we heard from him at Big 12 Media Day, just about why people shouldn't doubt Arizona State and what they can expect. He was like, well, they haven't seen us play yet because Arizona State was projected to finish bottom in the Big 12 this year, and he kind of was trying to just silence the doubts a little bit before the season to just get people excited for that program. But yeah, he said they haven't seen us play yet. I think last night, that's probably the first time watching them this year. And what are they 10-7 now on the year? But they put up a really good fight against a great the number one team in the nation, actually, Arizona. And even over there, they got Cole Pete. He had a pretty good game too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think anybody should overlook them because they definitely get up and play to their competition, especially going in and they're going to be wanting to get revenge on University of Houston, considering what happened in football this season. They're going to try to get their get back. You know what I mean? They're going to try to get their get back, but I don't think we're going to let that happen. But I just think first of all, we're talking about their guard. I forgot his name. Hold him. Yeah, he's a baller. But they also got a really good big man that's had overseas Euro League minutes, bro. And that's not something to overlook. He's gonna go in there. He's gonna work. He's gonna push JoJo. He's gonna push Christian that to levels that maybe they haven't seen this so far. So, or actually, I can't say that they play JT Toppin, but it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be an easy matchup.
Yeah, this is definitely, I would say, one of the better big man matchups that this U of A squad will be facing this year. He's pretty, like you said, he's pretty good. They did play at the big over in Cincinnati. He was turning up a little bit, and then of course JT Toppin. But this is this guy's a different beast.
To be fair though, in the comparisons, JT Toppin, he's a smaller big for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Diop is what, 7'1".
He's 7'1". He's crazy.
But the physicality still.
Yeah, they got
as physical as it can get.
Yeah, but they still, Arizona, they still got to get up for that U of H defense. And one thing when just these years that Houston has been in the Big 12, looking at when teams are doing good, and obviously they all have had Iowa State, Arizona, they've had good years so far. But I always say to myself, they haven't played Houston yet.
Hey,
so
the defense is different.
Yeah, it's just a different ball. It's just a different ball club, and that's not just because I go there or whatever. I'm just saying, like, they have not seen Houston yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I think that's a good time to play this clip from Samson talking about Arizona State on Sunday. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Arizona State's talented. Bobby always does a great job with his kids. They've got the center is best big man he's probably had. Jop. He's got a good face-up game. He's active. He plays hard. So
Yeah.
Well said.
Coach
Well
echoing
said.
up
Yep.
because, like I said, that I think that's going to be the premier matchup and what everybody should be looking forward to going into this game is how Chris Sinak, Khalifa, JoJo, especially how they're going to fare against Diop. It's a different type of big man. I don't think they've seen something like this so far this year and how they react to it.
I guess that's the benefit of having those three guys, like you said, in your rotation. Expect a physical game. Don't be surprised if either of the bigs get into foul trouble early and we see Sacco come in early. But yeah, should be an exciting matchup. That's for sure the premier matchup in the game. Could definitely see the guards taking over too. To my calculation, it should be an Emmanuel Sharp game if the pattern follows.
I was about to bring that up because you've been talking about it all year. The pattern is going to go Milos, the E-Man, to Kingston. That's exactly what it's been. Milos had a great game. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been wrong.
Yeah, that was
Milos, E-Man, King. Back to Milos, E-Man, then King.
That was your player of the game against West Virginia, and Big 12 Milos back like he never left.
Yes, sir. Going into that, let's get a stat prediction. I think we're going to talk about guard games. Who do you think outside of the guard is going to have a good game? I'm thinking we might see Isaiah Harwell game again.
I like Harwell too. I think he's kind of next up. I think Kingston and Kingston's pretty consistent all year. JoJo and Chris, they've been pretty consistent, filling in their roles, getting rebounds, getting layups, things like that. Harwell, I mean, and Kelvin Sampson said today, Harwell's the sixth man. So they're looking to Harwell. They're looking for him to be that spark off the bench because we really haven't seen a consistent, a consistent bench option yet this year. They keep looking to Harwell. He's getting his legs under him. He's getting right and just getting more comfortable. So they're going to be looking for him next game, and I think he can potentially have a great outing against this team.
Yeah, I was going to say I think he's got the green light now for sure. I think that's something we can look forward to see. Is as fans is watch University of Houston, Isaiah Harwell take that next step up. I remember talking to y'all in the chat after the game. I was just watching him play against West Virginia. That is a extremely talented player, and I think he's catching up to the speed of the game. I believe we're going to start seeing some big performances from him leading into Big 12 play, into the ultimately March Madness, and I think he might be. We were talking about X factors for the rest of the year. I think he's going to be mine.
He's nice, man. If he can really get going, that's going to really change the game for this team.
Yeah, because prototypical 3-and-D wing that everybody needs on their team, and University of Houston is fortunate enough to have really, I think, two. And man, he's the logo. He's Mr. Quarters.
Shout out Harwell, man.
Yes, sir. But I just think him and Chase McCarty are going to open up a lot of things for this team moving forward.
There we
go.
Good
photo.
There we go.
Oh, I gotta change that. My bad, guys.
Yeah, get it off the screen.
I'm gonna echo y'all's point. For sure, Harwell. I think you can kind of see a difference. For sure, in last game and the game before, compared to the beginning of the season. One thing this team really lacked at the start of the season, before conference play even, the bench didn't really have much of a presence when it came to scoring. It was really just the starters carrying the brink of that. Even at the first couple games of Big 12 play, most of the offense came from the starters as expected. But now we're seeing guys like Isaiah Harwell really kind of find his fit really in this system. So if guys like him and Mercy can, we got to guess. If guys like him and Mercy can kind of be that spark off the bench, I think that's as far as the team will go. Because I don't think you can always rely on the starters, especially come to March. You need something off the bench, and that's ideally what Mercy, Zay, and Moan and Chase can bring.
I believe that ASU are averaging 12 turnovers per game, and if that is the case, the Cougs will make them pay. Yeah, they don't. Honestly, every team they've played, I feel like Houston has won the turnover margin by a lot. Even yesterday, 7 turnovers to West Virginia's 15, and then you turn that into 17 points off turnovers, and that's really where U of H does a lot of their damage. Is just turning you over and going over on the other end. I think they had like, what was it, like 30 points off turnovers against Baylor, something like that.
Texas Tech, I believe.
Something crazy, yeah.
Yeah, something crazy. So like, in what they call those the unscripted points or whatever. But yeah, they like to really get into teams and turn you over, and that's where a lot of the offense, it's just instant, especially because they'll turn you over and then they'll just get out and run. And the live ball turnovers, when someone turns you over, it's just really hard to recover and get back and stop that. But they'll put that pressure on you. They'll make you give that ball up, and then it's gonna be 2 points on the other end.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was going to say. That's what Coach Santos likes to call Houston basketball. That's their brand. That's what they're going to do. I was saying it earlier, Arizona State, their offense primarily runs through one person, and when that happens, there's going to be a lot of turnovers. So if we shut down, what's his name? Say it one more time for me, Kenneth. Odom. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of. But anyway, I'm gonna have to go and call a timeout real quick.
Is Brad subbing in?
Yeah, we got a sub. You know, Cullen, sorry, technical difficulties. We got to kick you out the game. All right, we got to introduce someone else. Welcome in, Mr. Towns. Baby.
Let's go, Brad.
Six man.
Gonna bring in the big guns for round 2.
Oh, yeah. we got a sub. We got a sub.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I can't get up and down the court very fast, but when I do, I bring the noise.
It's okay. You can be our
There you
substitute.
go.
There we go. There we go. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing great.
Doing better now.
I don't know about that, but hey, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it.
Towns.
Michael.
Yes, sir. I wanted to hear you because we've been talking ball a little bit. You got any insight that we missed out on?
No, other than I'm interested to see tomorrow night. We've got a couple of things going on, or not tomorrow night with Arizona State. One, we got a Hurley. We've got a showdown there, so it's always fun. It's going to be interesting to see what our guards do to them. It's like y'all mentioned that they turned it over quite a bit. I think that they're in for a world of hurt there. But I'm interested to see how their big guy stacks up. I think he's going to have a lot of problems. Euros don't know nothing about what this team brings. And the thing is, nobody does. Nobody gets it until they're met with the intensity that they're going to face. You know, the thing is that he's probably going to get some points here and there, but probably going to be off of rebounds. But what's he going to do? What's he going to do on the double? What's he going to do in the monster of the post every single time? Can he pass out of the post? If he can't, then he's done. Yeah,
and I honestly want to see what he's going to do when that pressure comes in. Just like you said, when he gets blitzed, how are you going to react to that? I did notice towards the end of the game against Arizona and Arizona State, they started blitzing Odom a lot, and he really didn't have an answer. He was just forcing up shots, trying to get points where it is. Now, that's not just going to be the end of the game. It's going to be the entire game. How are you going to react? How are you going to stand up to it? And I don't think they're ready. And that's just my personal opinion. Looking to see the Cougs just continue the domination path they've been on. So,
and with the evolving kind of high-low action we're seeing between JoJo and Sanak, they're developing a little bit of chemistry. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be in a world of hurt on defense too. You know, it's what are you going to be able to do against that? I think that we are probably not a great matchup for them, but they're in that find out quadrant of the graph.
Yeah. Good. I kind of wanted. I think it might be a good segue because I've been waiting for this. Y'all know what I wanted to talk about.
Football transfer portal.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Let's do it.
First of all, we got to start off with the heater. I know we got into it earlier, but Ashton Porter is a big get. You have any thoughts on that, Brad?
I don't know a lot about him other than what I've kind of looked at his statistics. His numbers on PFF.com, solid, nothing outstanding. But what is he, a redshirt sophomore? Is that right?
I believe so. No, I think he's a true sophomore.
He might be.
Okay.
Yeah.
It means we've got 2 years with him, unless he just completely blows up, which I wouldn't put it past him. But the thing I like about him, he's got some good playing time, put up some decent numbers. Kind of tough to crack that lineup. Oregon's pretty good.
Yeah,
Oregon's pretty solid. It's not like we're picking up a guy who just couldn't see the field on a mediocre to bad, P5 squad or P4 squad, whatever it is now. But the thing I like most about him is I know he's had really, really good coaching.
Yes.
And I know he's been trained extremely well. And he comes here and he's going to get the same thing. He's going to get the exact same thing. But now he's going to have a real opportunity to go out and make a big impact.
And also, I think it's a good role for him because you just said it yourself, and that's what I was going to get into. I think it's a big get because of what he brings and experience from that room he can bring to the University of Houston. He was in a room where every member of that D-line is going to be playing on Sundays. Every member. And you got some that might even end up being a first-round pick between this year and last year. And at the same time, on the opposite side of the ball, every one of those old linemen are going to be playing in NFL on Sundays as well. So that experience alone is tremendous to where you can bring that into the Cougars who, let's be quite frank, we haven't had the most talent over the past couple of years. And he can come in and be that big dog right away. 6'3", 290. That's not anything you can overlook, especially in the Big 12 league. You're not facing your Ohio States every week. And he's going to come in and be a monster, I believe. And I think that's why it's a really big get to me is he has experience and he's going to bring to this team what we've been missing, which is savvy, technique, and something that can take that pass rush to the next level.
Mm-hmm. I look at it as a payback for a late trade for Jamari Caldwell from a couple of years ago when they took him.
Yeah.
And he was great for us. He was great for them. If he comes in and even if he just comes in and does exactly what he did at Oregon, we're going to be in pretty good shape there. But I think he's going to be able to be a bigger playmaker.
Yeah. I know we were talking about like making predictions. Maybe him playing the jack. I don't think he's going to play jack in this defense. He's a little bit bigger. I do think he's going to play edge on the other side. We are more of hand in the dirt type of player.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm in real strange territory. I'm not been really. This is the first time I've been really excited about U of H football at this time of the year in a long, long time.
Yeah,
I guess when the clock turned 2016, so we're going on 10 years.
He's done miracles, and I'm
Hey, shout out to man, just shout out to Coach. Someone just commented, yeah. But just shout out to Coach Fritz and the staff and what they're doing with this roster. Honestly, I was just when the season was winding down. I was very excited for this portal window because Willie Fritz has not missed on any of the additions outside of the portal, and they just keep getting them this year. I talked to Willie Fritz was at one of the basketball. I think it was at the Tech game. He was like, I talked to him. I was like, you guys are killing in the portal. He's like, yeah, we're getting them. And then after the season, one thing that he emphasized is this team, this last team lacked size, and they're going out. They're filling up on size, and it's very exciting, and it's just something that spring football can't come soon enough.
not good.
I think we also got good news with Ndukwe. Didn't he get his medical red shirt approved?
Yeah,
today?
but he's
still in the portal.
He's in the portal. He's trying to go somewhere else.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe bring him back. You never know. So.
Yeah,
It's not closed.
the portal's still open.
So I will say this: I'm football is my love. I love that sport. So I've done a lot of research. I've been doing a lot of things and thinking into it. And you were getting into it. They wanted to get bigger, but I'm kind of seeing a vision of what they're wanting to do on both sides of the ball. I kind of want to get into it. Go ahead if you can. We could go ahead and play those clips for me, Daniel, and I'm gonna get into it after we get into those clips.
You want Trent Walker or Overmeyer?
Both, and I'll explain from there.
Okay.
You can see here, this is Trent Walker, Oregon State. He tore us up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Went from like 107 against us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so real smooth route run as you can see here. Technique really smooth. Getting in and out of breaks and sure hands is what I like to see. like this route here too, getting down, protecting himself. I always appreciate that from my receivers instead of them getting blown out and out the game. You know what I mean? But and then we go ahead and just this is Overmeyer. I think what y'all like to call the Cozio replacement. I think it's a little bit different in the way he plays the game. I think he's more of a down the field threat, more vertical threat. Cozio was just sure-handed receiver. He has a little more athleticism to him. And my favorite part about Overmeyer, in my personal opinion, is you see it right here. All right, I was going to get into it. He was a high school quarterback, so his knowledge of the game is going to be really, really solid, really, really high. And that ability coming in from the slot or coming in from the wide tight end position is going to be help him to be able to see the field and find those open pockets a little bit better than maybe we've seen in the past. And that athleticism on top of it is going to be a pretty big game. But I was going to get into it and saying I think the biggest vision they have on the offensive side of the ball was they kind of put everything on Connor's shoulder last year, and literally I think he played through way more injuries than the team let out. And I think that's why we saw him in that bowl game really take off, is because I genuinely think they didn't have many options outside of them. Everybody you expected going into the season, Sanford, everybody else, it's out. You had to remake the team from there.
My bad, man. I'm just here to let them know that we're here early. Scouting.
Hey, pin that GoCoogs comment right quick. Brad, they on you, bro. You gotta get your gift bag.
You gotta fight back, Brad.
Fight back. No, I'm just playing. But
that's just part of it.
It's all good, bro. I'm big back with you. I'm right there with you.
Hey man, we're gonna sit at that buffet line tomorrow.
No, you will not. I will be eating salad. I have retired, but I still support my big back ways. My big back brothers, I'm with you. But going back into it though, I think there's a clear identity on offense that they're trying to build. Is let's take the load out for our quarterbacks back. Not just Connor. You got Keyshawn coming up on the way too, and give them all the support you need. They didn't have many people on the outside. Amari, insane monster, yak monster, really good at getting those medium chunk yards. But outside of him, him playing in the slot mostly leaves him liable to be bracketed a lot, getting doubled. And you have the ability to take him out of place. There was no one outside of him winning consistently. And now you got a lot more size, a lot more speed, a lot of technical savvy, strong hands at receiver. At running back, you don't got to focus on quarterback power being the only play you have on third and short. You got Mekhi Hughes is a big, strong, physical runner. You got an O-line that instead of Connor having to do the protections, they're all extremely smart, all extremely physical. They know how to move. It opens up the run game. And let Connor just focus on using his talent. Same thing with Keyshawn when he gets in the game. I think that's the identity they want to build.
I think
you said it perfectly.
There's an interesting thing that came out about the redshirt rule. They're trying to increase that threshold to 9 games instead of 4.
Yeah.
And also, how does that affect a guy like Stephon Johnson if they end up passing that?
Yeah, maybe. I know rumor was they denied his request, but if that goes through, maybe they change their mind.
Yeah.
I think you gotta let him in, right? If they pass that.
I would think so. I mean, it would only be fair, right?
Yeah.
I think the timing on that was weird though, because they just denied a bunch of people who try to get extensions. Then they're saying
Trinidad.
It's going to have to go up for vote. So I mean, it's nowhere close to being passed. Mm-hmm. So if it does pass, it'll be at the annual meetings or whatever in spring. I don't expect anything to come of it, at least this year. And I'm willing to bet this probably doesn't get approved because you're kind of going up on. They just denied the 5th year. The whole 5th year provision that they wanted to do. They wanted to do a 5-for-5 deal, eliminating all red shirts that, whatever. But if you do this, it's kind of a way around that 5-for-5 rule because all of a sudden pretty much everybody that wanted an extra year can get it because 9 games is a long dang time. So I wouldn't hold out much hope on that.
Got you.
At least for this year or next year. It's something that's going to have to come, but I'm hoping it does happen. I think it's a great thing for players.
Well, Brad, if it does happen by spring, then theoretically, if Boogie were to get approved for another year, he could play and practice at spring ball, right?
It was approved today, absolutely.
But not if it was approved after it went through in spring. There's a whole process to it.
Well, I mean, he would have to get approved. I mean, first it would have to get approved in the NCAA, and then it would have to be individually approved. But I don't think that would happen by springtime.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm about to say if he does get that extra year back, I don't think we can expect to see him until the summer.
Yeah.
So, but
as far as Joseph, what you were talking about, as far as kind of what this is going to look like, I think you're going to see something completely different. You're going to, or I say completely different, you're going to see something that looks a lot more like what we saw against LSU. And the reason why is that in the LSU game, the offensive line played incredible. And I think you're going to have a much better offensive line next year, which allows them to play a completely different style of game. If you notice during the season around the Oklahoma State game is when they kind of made an adjustment offensively, and they moved. The focus was getting rid of the ball as fast as possible. So pretty much that leaves you with two options, and that is Amari and Kojo. Now you're going to have one. You've got better receivers across the board, even with the young guys having an extra year. A guy like Kobe Young is going to be an X factor. He's going to be a game breaker. I mean, if nothing else, he's going to get you at least 2 personal fouls a game. So,
yep. Yeah. But also, what you just said, I kind of wanted to get into it myself, is the receiver room, bringing all these players in. What it also does, it puts fire in that room, because I know how I felt when I was in it. If you bring someone else in from me, okay, what's that say about me? You don't believe in me. So all these players are going to be competing all spring, all summer. And doing that is iron sharpens iron. You're getting better every single week, every single day, because you're trying to go earn your spot. You know, there's only so much money to go around, only so much ball to go around. So if you want to go in, every single player in that room, I guarantee, wants to play in the league one day. So they're all going to be competing for that. And I think another point you just said is at least going to get you a personal foul, but that's Connor not having time to throw. He has a big arm. We've seen what he can do when he has time.
Absolutely.
So those deep shots aren't just going to be fouls. It's like with a better O-line and that can see the protection and actually keep them clean, we're going to see those big plays. So instead of dink and dunk survival football, we're going to see big play offense. And that's what I'm looking forward to see.
Yeah, and you're gonna have a little bit more time to, instead of saying, okay, here's my primary, he's covered, here's my check down, my secondary, and get rid of it. Now he's going to be able to have at least more options or more time to find options, and you're going to be able to see a different route combination that you're going to be able to run. I just think this whole thing opens up quite a bit, and anybody that's been worried about our boring offense was nothing but a necessity just to deal with what we had. I mean, you've got to be able to find a way to succeed with what you've got. And I think they did a great job of adapting to that. But I think you're going to see more true vision of what they are, more akin to what they did, previously at Tulane.
Yep.
Love Willie Ball.
Go ahead. Really ball can take off.
But now back to what you said about that Oklahoma State game. They definitely, like the offensive line, they went through. I guess that was their come to Jesus moment. They really figured something out that game, and I think that was probably the best offensive performance of the year. And they got O-line of the week last week, so they figured. I think just going through the year, that was a concern coming in, just on how many pieces that they brought in for the line. And it was a lot of uncertainty. We really didn't know, especially coming through fall camp. You don't really know what guys going to do what and how they're going to perform. And then I think those first couple of weeks of football season didn't really look like how we wanted it to look. But then once the year got on, even in that SFA game, like people were like, "Ah, man, this team sucks, man. Only 27 points on only 27 points on SFA. Like you guys suck, man." But once they got it together. And I've said this multiple times, the offense that we got to see this year was not the offense that was advertised in the offseason, just because of the injuries. Stephon Johnson, You lost Rayshawn Sanford, so they kind of had to adjust on the fly and figure things out. And ultimately, you still came away with a 10-win season, and kind of and Willie Fritz did what he does best. He wins more with less. And now he has more, so he's really gonna take this team over the top. They were in a Big 12 conference playoff contention for a good chunk of the year to make that conference game, and I think they have a good shot to get into the game and win the entire conference next year, because just in my opinion, I really think the only team that they really have to worry about is Texas Tech.
Baylor got some good people coming in too.
Yeah, they got Lagway on the way, but I don't really know how good he's going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be a benefit for us. Talk about pick six after pick six, baby.
Yeah, and also, U of H has another favorable schedule. It's a little harder. You got to go to Utah to play. I think you got to go to play at Tech, but I still think it's another favorable schedule that U of H can really capitalize just with the talent they added on really both sides of the ball. You bring back Connor Wigman for another year, and you're still implementing the same scheme, and I think it's gonna look better. I think the type of play they ran last year, I think it probably would have worked better with better personnel, better players. That your team looks better, but I think going to this year, they upgraded it pretty much on a lot of the positions that they were lacking at. So we probably would definitely get a better product next year.
Yeah, I also think a lot of those games we didn't get, 100% Connor Wigman. I think a lot of those games he went into really, really beat up. And I know they're never going to say anything, but I remember talking to you in one of the pressers. What game was it? It was Wigman had a pretty poor performance. And I looked at you and I think something's wrong with his wrist. I think something might be wrong with his wrist. And I think that's all stuff he's playing through. We saw it after the Arizona State game, Brad. You kind of mentioned it. They kind of changed their scheme. I think that's also when we saw them kind of go run heavy with Wigman. And I think that took a lot of damage to him. So with bringing in all these guys, I fully expect to, like you said earlier as well, Joseph, he can sling it. I expect us to kind of open up the offense more with him. Hopefully, he can stay a little healthier. We don't have to put him through so much pressure.
Yeah, he could definitely sling the rock now. I watched like some of his tape at Bridgeland. Like that dude was just going for like 450 a game. Like he was dominating in high. Like and that's why I say this to a lot of people. People forget that. I feel like a lot of people forget that Connor was a 5-star too. Like a lot of people are excited about Keyshawn. And I think Keyshawn has a great opportunity to come in this program and really take U of H over the mountaintop, because he's just that talented of a player. But he still has a Connor Wigman in front of him, and people don't really like to talk that Connor. We have 2 5-star quarterbacks on this roster.
Yeah, and Connor wasn't just a 5-star, bro. He was the number 2 quarterback in the nation. He went to A&M on a big NIL deal. That was a huge gift for them themselves. But like you said, I got to watch it firsthand because I was playing around the same time Connor was. But he went from no one knowing who he is to 5-star quarterback in really a season and a half of work. He wasn't playing that much. He just came in, won the starting job at Bridgeland. Everybody's like, who is that kid? Because he was throwing 450 a game and running for like 100 every game. I think he scored like 40 touchdowns in a season or something crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, and he's nice. He's been like that, and you're finally get to see it at the college level. And I wanted to bring it up. I was trying to talk about it a little bit earlier, but now you're bringing in players to where Connor doesn't have to be the whole offense. You have smart players. You have people that know the scheme where they can get themselves open. They can work the offense, and that opens up the playbook. Because instead of just having to run a basic passing scheme, you can run something very complicated, reacting to what the defense gives you in front of you. There's nothing that can stop you with that. And we haven't got into it much, but I think my favorite acquisitions came in the running back room. Like Makai, like I was just saying, now you don't have to run quarterback power and risk your quarterback hurting his shoulder again. But I also like Rashawn coming back, and I think my favorite recruit outside of Keyshawn that the University of Houston brought in was John Hebert. I remember I've been gushing about him all season. We got our own Christian McCaffrey coming in, boy. That's what I'm saying.
That dude's a beat. Hey man, I'm gonna keep saying it, and don't let U of H get Landon next year.
Yep. Hey,
we got DJ Butler too.
Yeah, you got DJ Butler. You already know, especially with Coach Fritz, all the running backs are going to play. So. Even the running back room right now is cold, but man, if they don't, I'm just saying, don't let Landon commit to U of H.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that is a statement right there. Because we were just talking about it with culture. I think we saw Coach Sampson build a culture at University of Houston, and you're seeing Coach Sampson didn't do a lot with not much talent. Now we've seen Willie doing that in speed up mode with football. He doesn't have much talent. Now he has all the talent in the world that he needs, and he's really about to step into that. And we've been always talking about, hey, University of Houston needs a culture, and that starts with the football program. No matter how good, anything is football is what 80% of your revenue is going to be from the football team, and now you're building that.
And that's one thing I've been kind of emphasizing with the success the team has had or the school has had with basketball. I think basketball has probably been carrying the athletic department for the past 10 years. But I feel like there's a ceiling with basketball just because it's a smaller venue, things like that. And this is no slight to the success they had with basketball. They're taking these universities over the top. But when football is going, when football is booming, it's just a different ball game. And like you said, Joseph, this is like football is going to be great way sooner rather than later. It's not going to take 5 or 10 years. I think it's going to happen within the next year or 2 or 3.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know, Daniel, you was out there, and you and Kenneth were out there all summer with the team. So, anything like culture wise that y'all got to see firsthand that you wanted to bring up or not?
That's a Kenneth question. He was there more than me.
Yeah, honestly, it's just they honestly this is like my first covering the team during fall camp. Coach Fritz really was getting after it every day with the guys. Just the sayings, Cougs don't beat the Cougs. It's interesting how they run the practices, because more so he kind of didn't do it as much late into the season, but Coach Fritz has a microphone in his hand and he sees everything. I don't know how he does it, but he'll probably be on one side of the field and he'll see someone else like on the way out, because there's 2 fields out there. So he'll be on one field and then he'll see someone in the back of the other field and he'll just call their name, like, and I'm like, how is he even seeing that? And it's just like, so I feel like it's like he just sees everything. He's always watching, and I feel like the players kind of have that sense in their mind, like, coach is going to see me. So there's no reps off, there's no plays off, because coach, if he sees you say something, he's gonna get on that microphone and he's gonna say your full government name, and just let you know that you either you made a good play or you messed up. Yes, it would. Yeah, Coups to Arlington, definitely.
And I was going to go on that because I think I wanted to transition into the defense side of the ball because we didn't get into it, but they had some really good gets there. I got to see Jalen Mayo play a lot. I played football, Abilene Christian at Tarleton State, so I didn't get to get on the field, unfortunately, season injury. But I was still checking on a lot of my brothers and see how they play. And even when he played us the first week, he has a really good boundary corner right there, and I think it's a good addition. He's about 6'1", lengthy corner, and I think there's definitely a lot of there's definitely an identity on the defensive side of the ball they're trying to build too. I don't know if any of y'all wanted to get into it a little bit.
This is more so on the Coach Fritz thing. I would say, obviously, U of H in the NIL department, I would say they're not up there with these other schools. But I think Coach Fritz does a good job of just creating an environment, like what you said about the culture thing, creating an environment of where guys want to be at and just want to, a place that these guys enjoy playing at. They might not be compensated as well financially as they are going somewhere else, but this is still an environment, a play style they're producing on the field, and just creating a space that guys can come here and succeed and then transition into, better avenues after their football days here are done.
Daniel, I think you was going to say something?
No, I mean, honestly, you guys kind of nailed it all there. But there was one more thing I wanted to talk about if you guys were ready to talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Give me 1 sec. Let me pull up this video. I know we're kind of going back and forth here. Basketball, football. Now we're going to go back to basketball.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Joseph.
While you're bringing out the video, I was going to get into it because I think identity with the team is being built with Coach Fritz at the head of the program. It's, like I said, it's really similar to what Coach Champson did. everybody knows what Houston basketball is, and now we're learning what Houston football is going to be for the ongoing future. I think my favorite thing that I have noticed and I've seen was on the defensive side of the ball, we're getting a lot more athletic. The team's getting a lot more rangy. There's a lot more lengthy. I know one thing that everybody was complaining about last year was missed tackles. Now you have two linebackers coming in that are extremely athletic. They can cover side to side of the field, and you got what I call the big people, the man eaters up front, just plugging in and filling that run gap. And you have two shutdown corners that you can rely on. That identity is not being built. And so you know what the team's going to look like going into next year by how to finish the season. Now implement more players that scheme that fit into it. And I think the best thing I was going to say into it and kind of transition it back into basketball is University of Houston at all levels now has an identity with every single sports program. And I want to give a shout out to Coach Sampson because I think he was the one that built this. And I think we need to start giving flowers to all the people in the program to revive this situation because there was about a 20-year gap, let's be honest, where people, I say 20, more like 15 years, like University of Houston athletics hasn't been celebrated. And they've been deserving. There's been a lot of good players in and out of these doors. And I think we're finally get to a point where we're about to enter another golden age. And I'm going to spin that back to y'all.
Hey, we're about to be an everything school.
Well, and here's the thing that Willie Fritz has done. He's building the culture, but he's changed the attitude. And it's gone from, well, we don't know if we can do this and we can't do that. I mean, hell, we had before we came into the Big 12, we had our athletic director and head football coach laying the groundwork for us sucking. That, we don't have enough money. We can't do this. We don't. We're in last place as far as money goes. So it's going to take us some time to transition up. Well, Willie comes in and he's talking about national title, getting into the CFP. He's a guy that believes that one, we can compete and we should compete for that. And he's willing to go out there and he's willing to say it. That's standing behind what you believe in. And the thing is that you look at this, you look at the record that we had this year, coming off the recruiting classes that we had no business finishing with 10 wins this year.
At all.
We had no business supposedly competing with Arizona State on the road. They were supposed to kill us. We had no business beating LSU, but none of that phases Willie. We had no business coming out and signing a portal class that looks like what we've got today because we didn't have enough money, allegedly. We can't spend like the big boys, but guess what? He's going out and doing it. So there is no ceiling for what he sees, and he's coming out and proving it to everybody. And it's easy to see that within that locker room, those guys follow him and they believe that they can do anything. And that's the most important thing. But as we start to see it happen as fans, you start to believe it as well that, holy shit, we really, there's no ceiling to this. We really can achieve these things. Now, expecting to go out and be in the CFP or win the Big 12 or have the number one recruiting class in the country, no, you should never expect that. But can we do it? Absolutely.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think what you said it right there is expectation. It reminds me of a quote from a wise man I heard. So like expectation creates excitement. Excitement builds culture, and culture is what you build a program from. And I think that's where you started to enter into that era of expectation, building into excitement, building into culture, building into golden age. And that's why I think we just need to start celebrating everybody that was there. And I think we need to build this foundation that this is who University of Houston is. It's time to celebrate it. And this is how we're going to step into the future with it. Transitioning into kind of just like what you were saying is just that attitude shift was something that was just in a basketball program. And now it's in every sport. And I will, like I said, I want to give respect to Coach Sampson and the people that came before him. Kind of want to throw this ball back over to Daniel because I know you were ready to pull up that video. We got an exciting topic to talk about real quick because it goes right hand in hand to, I think, where we are as a school.
Yeah, I think to his point, the school has really come a long way, and you don't get there without the people that kind of paved the way. And one of those guys, he's getting his jersey retired Sunday against Arizona State. One of the true trailblazers of UH basketball, Dwight Davis. And this right here is Kelvin Sampson on Dwight Davis getting his number retired.
you start getting. I said, who deserves to have their jersey retired? I've got this name or that name, but the name that kept coming, two names that kept coming up was Don Chaney and Dwight Davis. And when I started doing the research, uh, uh, both those guys were not just great players, but Dwight's got I think a great story, uh, uh, a great life story for all the things he had to overcome, all the storms that he had to endure. To come out on the other side as a tremendously respected man that's done great things in his life. There's a basketball player, the early 70s, early mid 70s, so much going on in the world during that time. I graduated from high school in 74, but I didn't follow the NBA because we didn't get it on TV back then. You didn't have social media. You had Sporting News had a magazine, Sport had a magazine. So you got all your news from either newspapers or magazines. And but I really enjoyed going back and reading about Dwight, and it was easily you could easily see why people had such great respect for him as a player. And then once I got to know him and know what some of the trials and tribulations that he had to go through in his life, I had even more respect for him. So it's a great honor for him, but it's also a great honor for our program that we're inducting an unbelievable player and man into our doing his jersey number, retiring his jersey number. That's good for Dwight, good for his family. It's a great day for him.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very special day for this program. Very, very long overdue. Dwight Davis certainly deserves to have his number up in the rafters, or I guess on that wooden plaque, not up in the rafters.
Well,
Any thoughts, boys?
I was going to say that's the last face, and there's definitely going to be more jersey retirements after Dwight Davis. So they're going to have to figure out the logistics when they get into the future of how they want to do any retirements. But speaking on that, I think this definitely is a well-deserved recognition for him, just of what he did for the program. Obviously, he went on to the NBA, did all those things, and just what he did on and off the court.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this is the start of something. Coach Sampson did get into the program in the press conference. There's two players I think he really wants to see retired, which was Marcus Sasser and Jamal Shed, and I think they both deserved it and they've earned it. And that's why I was kind of getting into it. I think we're going to see a lot of new traditions and new program builders being built. And I'm excited to see these athletes finally get the love they deserve. I think there needs to be a little bit more celebration of who the team is and who built this program into what it's becoming going forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think to be quite frank, I think there's a handful of guys from this Sampson era that could realistically be up there with those legends. He mentioned Jamal Shed, Marcus Sasser. He also touched upon Quentin Grimes. Said maybe not as likely because he just wasn't with the program as long. But had he been, certainly he's one of those names. Yet I think Jaywan Roberts, winningest player in program history. I believe he's also the most games played. Led the team as the leader alongside LJ Cryer to a national championship game. Unfortunately, came a little short. But, you start to think how many of those guys on that team will potentially have a spot, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. You would think Jaywan is one of those guys. Seems like Jamal and Marcus are going to be those guys. Maybe we see Emmanuel Sharp. Maybe we see one of these 5 stars. Maybe they stick around a little longer and, take the team somewhere. Maybe they get up there. But I'm interested to hear y'all's thoughts on that.
Probably not. But the reason why is the guys who have jerseys retired, it is a very exclusive club. I mean, it's when you talk about, some of the guys, great players of years past. there's guys going back, 40, 50 years that will be considered probably before some of the ones that we thought. I mean, the surefire one is Jamal Shedd. Absolutely, he's a Mount Rushmore. One of maybe two best point guards and players of all time at U of H. He's that impactful. Sasser, probably a Veterans Committee selection down the road. So I mean, there's guys that our past is littered with great players. We just had periods where we had long droughts. But the great players that we had were truly, truly great. I'd love to see everybody in there, but you don't want it to look like a giant laundromat with jerseys hanging everywhere.
Yeah, you can't put them all up there. And
it dilutes everything, and it's not a slight to anybody, but it's been such an exclusive group for so long. It's going to take. You're going to have to recognize a lot of the older guys who have really, that would technically probably deserve it if you're going to open it up and be less exclusive. It'll be interesting to see, though. I mean, we never know. Just imagine if you were able to Kingston for 4 years.
Yeah. Well, Brad, as a person who's kind of followed this program for a while, what would you say in your eyes is the criteria for that?
You're going to have to be elite. Elite, and you're going to have to be transformative as a player. You're going to have to be the man that makes everything go. It's going to be tough.
Would you consider J1 Roberts that?
Probably not.
Sasser, we see that at the bottom of the screen now. Sasser did put a pretty good resume out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we could see him getting a shout. I just feel like, and I was going to get onto that a little bit. I also think we might see a little bit of a tone shift moving forward, because what you said is true. Yeah, I think the most important part is transformative, and I think we're going to get a lot of players that are going to transform the idea of what University of Houston is, and in this basketball team. Like, as much as I don't want to say Kingston Flemings, but if he goes and becomes the first overall, a lottery pick in a long time. I don't remember the last time University of Houston had a lottery pick, or Jarris Walker too. It's just, I think, and he goes on to do a lot of things in the NBA, and then you look back and you see how much the University of Houston done for them. Are we not saying he deserves a shot? Or some of these players, if they win a national championship, even though they're one and done, I think maybe it's just an idea of like how the tone shifts and what Coach Sampson and his son, let's be real, we know his son's going to take over, and Coach Nuno and AD Nunez is going to do moving forward.
Mm-hmm. I just think you're going to have to, at the same time, you're going to have to open up the doors to a lot of older players as well.
True.
Guys who would fit that type of role.
That's where my line of thinking kind of comes in, because this program has gone to 3 national championships. A good chunk of that Phi Slamma Jamma team is up there. And I don't want to compare last year's team to the Phi Slamma Jamma team, of course. But I feel like that was such a big accomplishment to do it with Sampson. I feel like somebody from that team will end up getting rewarded down the line.
I think it would be J1 Roberts, if anyone.
Yeah. And I know how respected he is within the program too. So that's what makes me think he'd be the guy.
Or E-Man, like I said, if E-Man makes it back this year, 81, I think he's going to end the year with like over 100 games played. And he's going to end the year maybe top 15 points all time. Most winning.
I think it would take a national championship though.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean,
you win a natty, I'll put them all up there.
Hey, you heard him in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So Brad, you're completely wrong. Marcus Sasser gets up there. He was a consensus first team All-American. That has not happened very much here. Mm-hmm. But he also won Conference Player of the Year. That is there are a couple of different awards you can win. that get it for you, but the Conference Player of the Year is going to get you into that arena. He's also a 4-year player. He's a graduate. He did everything you would ask a player to do to get up there. So I think he gets in. I do not think Juwan Roberts does. And you know my relationship with Juwan, but it's not to that level. No one will ever win more games than Juwan. But
Yeah.
it's just, I don't think he's to that level. But this is a one-man committee. And if Kelvin wants you up there, you're going up there.
Hey,
I agree.
You heard him in right.
True.
That was our VAD real quick. He had to come VAR real quick.
All right. That's it for me.
Thank you, Mr. Monso.
Hey,
I wanted to get into this comment right here though.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's man. Eddie's a cool dude, man. He'll talk to anyone. One thing, like just looking at him at the basketball games, that man Eddie Nunez does not sit still. Like he's always walking around. He's always talking to somebody. He's really just doing everything he can to just make game experiences better. He's networking with anybody, potential donors, trying to bring in revenue for the program. Shout out Eddie Nunez. He's a great athletic director. And
I agree.
also want to get into this comment right here. I think we will see some Keyshawn play. I don't think he's going to just ride the bench all year. I don't think he's going to start. Connor Wigman's right there. I think there will be some sort of competition, but Connor Wigman's signed on for next year. So, I think Keyshawn is going to be able to learn and develop behind Connor and Sean Bell. He'll definitely get some packages. He'll see the field, but him taking the reins over, I could be wrong. Crazy things happen, but right now I don't see it.
And if we do see this 9-game thing end up passing, I will say they will try to get Keyshawn on his field as much as possible, just because he's going to need the experience before he takes over the year before. I will say, like, now that we're here, I kind of want to open the floor to up any questions or any points anybody wants to make. All gas, all go. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Nunez, he's making it happen. He's Mr. Motion out there. But yeah.
Shout out Sean Paul.
Facts.
Hey, Coop TV, you know.
You know it.
Anybody have any questions or anything y'all wanted to bring up?
I think I just had one. I had one comment to make about those Texans, man. Everybody they keep saying this Texans defense is the new LOB, man. I don't know, man. The current Seahawks are right there, so I don't.
This guy, bro.
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, Daniel, this is your floor.
I don't think so. I mean, Richard Sherman said himself we're the best defense in the NFL.
We don't. I don't know.
Well, you don't claim it?
No,
I supporting the LOB, but
I like
said it himself.
I like Richard Sherman. I don't really the end of his tenure. It wasn't the Texans defense is elite, but we saw JSN barbecue them on Monday Night Football.
All right, but you talking about someone that was putting up a historic year. It still did put up a historic year. Y'all just stopped throwing the ball.
Well, I mean the running game took off.
Public service announcement. Kenneth Bowman is a Seahawks fan, so we do not listen to his opinions around here.
No, it's anyways.
Hey, man, you got a Super Bowl in your lifetime. Just let us celebrate our potential one.
I like the Texans. I think they're a good team. Just going from starting off 0-3, it was the end of the world. It was fire D'Amico, trade CJ, and now they're going to the divisional round. So I'll give them credit. I watch other teams. I don't just watch the Seahawks. What's he talking about? The Dodgers.
Wait, what are the Dodgers?
I think I did see they signed someone.
Kyle Tucker. Oh
yeah, I saw that.
No,
4
years, 240. They gave him 4 years, 240, bro. 240.
Kyle Tucker of all people.
Hey,
I'm
no,
so
actually, scratch. We were going to talk about the NFL. I'm going to talk about my MLB. Why did we let this happen? Why do we let bro Crane? Please open up the pocketbook. We're losing too many of our players, and now can look at Kyle Tucker on the Dodgers go win a 3-peat. Come on now.
Hey, shout out my mom in the chat, man.
Oh my! So I actually want to talk about that. Kyle Tucker was a Houston Astro 2 years ago. I'm a big Astros fan. I will let that know right now. Love seeing him on him here on his last year before he ended up getting traded. I don't know if y'all remember, he was getting MVP love.
Yeah,
Before
and then
he got hurt.
sucked for like 100 games.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but now he's going to the best team in history, the most expensive team in history, and he doesn't.
I'll say it. I hope he sucks over there. I hope he sucks.
It doesn't matter if he does, bro. His defensive ability alone is going to take
all time hate watch coming soon.
Yeah.
No, you won't get me watching Dodger games.
Oh, fair enough.
I won't even hate watch it.
I mean, even Dodger fans don't watch the Dodgers.
No, they just
No,
know
they
they're
don't.
gonna. Yeah, they just say, well, we're just gonna win every game. Why do we even need to watch?
No, I was in Chicago over the summer actually, and I went to go see a Cubs game. That fan base turned their back on him so fast. Oh,
Boom!
Shout out my boy George.
Oh,
NIL, man. NIL check.
appreciate you, Mr. Rivera.
Yeah. We will
Crazy,
be crazy NIL.
crazy.
I will
Kenneth,
say,
aren't you in 03, baby?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's when I was born, bro.
that's a real polite way of calling someone an uncle, bro. I appreciate it.
Hey man, shout out George, man. He's hey, George is money spread, man. We'll keep taking it.
Hey,
Appreciate that.
I
Thank
will
so
let
much.
you know. Cougar Pride will be reaching out to you soon. To get you to support.
Eddie, if you watch,
if you're watching, we got you. Mr. George, put his name on the side of the stadium.
Oh yeah, we're gonna call it the George Center.
Hey, but I don't know. I'm excited to see this next year for the MLB. Anyway, I don't know if y'all been keeping up. Tatsuo, am I? Been
I don't watch
everywhere.
baseball.
it's big time.
You missing out, bro. But
You're
I
not a
need
Mariners fan?
I worked for the Braves. Like when I used to live out in Georgia, but that was probably the only time I ever really paid attention to baseball was when I worked for a baseball team.
You were there when they won the World Series, and yeah.
Nah, I worked there, and it was the year after, like a year after, and part of 2023.
all I'm
Gotcha,
saying is
gotcha.
So I watched 2 first round exits actually.
I don't know
Tough.
if Mr. Nunez is gonna get here, but please bring Tatsuya to a U of H game. I want to see my time at the U of H game, bro.
He's got to finish the tour, hit every
Bro.
spot.
But U of H. We want to see him.
Hey man, we gotta get our emotion up, I guess.
Hey, bring him on
I,
the
mean, I know Tillman's got the connects.
Yeah, facts.
Tillman, bring him.
Yeah, we got it. Next time we see Tillman, let him know.
You know. I can't.
And then when we win the Super Bowl, we need CJ and Tank back in the house. We need the whole roster back in the house.
Just the entire court side is just Texans roster.
Yeah. Let me know ahead of time though, so I can bring my Stingley jersey and get it signed.
Nah, you can't. I think Joseph Duarte might get on you for that.
I'll come as a fan. I'll buy my own ticket. I won't work.
Yeah. If you think the Texans gonna make it to the Super Bowl, then
I like the Texans going to the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie. I said that a couple of weeks ago.
So, yeah, I do. I'm gonna come back next Thursday. Pray to God we don't get eliminated and I have to eat my words. But I really do. New England, I'm not super high on New England personally. Bills 2-0 against them in the last 2 years. That Denver game, that game slipped out of our hands. Also, I think they're a really weak 1 seed. I do like our odds against Denver. I like our odds against any team in the AFC. It's the NFC that really scares me. Seattle, I know we joke around, but Seattle smoked us.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people have done that to the Texans secondary. And what JSN did, I'm afraid they might do it again. I know Sean Paul just mentioned the Niners. That's a good team, but we beat the Niners. We beat the Niners earlier, and we really, really limited that offense. So
Sam Darnold.
Ultimately, I think the X factor is this guy right here, CJ. We need 50% of his rookie year, CJ, and I think we'll be okay because that defense is going to show up and show out every game.
I mean, realistically, I feel like our defense can carry y'all to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, if pick sixes and scooping scores for sure.
Yeah,
but Kaimi in the defense. That's been our whole offense the whole year.
But I don't know. I think the Seahawks. I'm not gonna lie. The Seahawks been having some injury scares this week. It's a little concerning.
Darnold
It's a
might
little
not play.
I don't think
He
Darnold-
said he's going to play.
He said he's going to play, but it sounded more like precautionary of what I read. I think he ended up pulling himself out of practice because he said it was his oblique, and he said he felt something, so he ended up just pulling himself out just to be cautious. But I saw DeMarcus Lawrence was limited due to his Achilles, and then Charles Cross came away with another knee injury, so it is a little concerning. I think all those guys will go against San Francisco, and also the defense boxed up Brock Purdy for 60 minutes like 2 weeks ago. So I'm not too concerned about that matchup and they're at home too. Seattle, they got their home crowd motion back. It's been jumping this season, so I think they'll get it done and advance to the NFC Championship.
I was gonna ask, Brad, are you a fan? Because I saw you got quiet real soon as soon as we started talking about the NFL and MLB.
No, I mean I watch. I try to stay out of it because I'm a Dallas fan.
Oh,
Get him out of here!
How about
Get
them
him out of here!
God, bring it back.
I was born and raised in Dallas or in Mesquite, but right outside of Dallas. So Rangers, Mavericks, Stars, Cowboys.
Shout out Paige.
Hey man, that's when I turned 16. I spent as much time as I possibly could when I wasn't playing baseball, driving out to the old Arlington Stadium to go watch Nolan Ryan pitch.
I can't hate on that. That's a legend right there. 1 of 1. So, hey,
good beef.
So I grew up with him. So just carried it.
Fair enough. You can't switch your teams, so
yeah.
No, I respect it.
I respect it
So
too.
when the Texans talk and Astros talk, I just except for 1 year. 1 year I was able to talk.
That year's
Astros and Rangers.
All I'm gonna say is that year's under review. I don't know how you go from
that was
the
a
best team in
fluke.
MLB to the worst team in MLB so quick.
It's exactly what I expected. That's the most Texas Rangers thing that they've ever done.
Yes.
Adolis Garcia was juicing. I'll
That's
die
not
on that
supposed
hill.
to be a Dallas
Probably.
fan.
I mean, are y'all even America's team anymore? Let's be real here.
I don't know. What they
Probably
are.
not. Well, yeah, because I mean, if they're on, everybody's watching. Usually it's to hate them, but
The Cowboys will like never fall off. Like they can go. The Cowboys can go 0-17, and like they'll still find a way to get primetime games.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, Jerry Jones is just happy as long as the checks are cashing, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, y'all not in a bad position though. They had a way better season than anybody expected. Got 2 first-round picks, so I'm not gonna hate that much. I gotta be real quiet because I'm talking about Houston Texans.
Well, let's put it this way: CJ's got more playoff wins than Dak
Yeah.
and Romo.
Dak's a hell of a quarterback, though, and I'll say
Oh
that
yeah, until
as,
it matters.
as an avid
Yeah, he's
Cowboys
awesome.
hater. I'll say it. He's a great quarterback.
Is he a $60 million quarterback though?
This
In
point,
this
maybe.
league,
On a $60 million team, I think so. Not the Cowboys, though.
But I was gonna say I gotta be full hands, full disclosure here. I will rep the Texans a bit now because I live in Houston, but I grew up in the Denver Broncos and Buffalo Bills facilities, watching my older brothers play and being there. So I'm a Broncos fan, not a Bills fan because I'm not a fan of what they did to my brother. But but it's great. I gotta be real here. Like I stay quiet because we're the number 1 seed, and I'm terrified that the Broncos about to get eliminated next week. So we'll see. So, I feel you on that, Brad. That's all I'm saying. I keep quiet when I need to be.
I don't know. The Bills don't move me, man. Like they're Jacksonville almost got them, and I'm very confident against the Texans because with Josh Allen can't win in Houston.
No, Josh Allen going to Denver, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Josh Allen is the MVP,
I guess.
I don't know. He's a great quarterback. Even though as a Texans fan, the odds are in our favor, beating them twice in the last 2 seasons.
Y'all playing the Patriots.
Part of you still, yeah,
Time
no, I know.
Focus
I know,
on that. You're already overlooking the Broncos. Damn, man.
I'm not,
He's looking
I'm not
ahead.
overlooking. I'm not.
He's
I didn't
looking
even
ahead.
mention the Texans, man. Oh, I did. But no, I'm just saying. Part of me, that's the MVP. You can't really like just discredit him like that. I still think he'll show up when it matters. I know he hasn't done that to this point in his career yet, but crazy things have happened. Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls, so
We'll say that. And I don't know. I just it's all I'm gonna say. The NFL playoffs exciting time. There's a lot of really good matchups, and it's the first time we're not going to see one of the Eagles, Patrick Mahomes, anybody, Lamar Jackson kind of playoffs.
The AFC is so free this year.
Exactly. Hey, and you talking about AFC, NFC is unpredictable. Like everybody we thought was going to be a contender going into the season is kind of falling off. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited to see something new happen in the NFL after watching the Chiefs take over right after Tom Brady dominated the league for 15 years.
I'm just happy I don't have to see Jackson Mahomes.
Exactly.
well, he's been excommunicated for quite a while now. After all of the happenings and whatnot with him, so
should not be mentioned.
Yeah, Jackson Mahomes, he's been out of there. You know what's crazy when they did the quarterback show with Mahomes on there. Jackson Mahomes had 0 lines. I said, oh yeah, they cut his lines quick. I'm sure during production, Jackson Mahomes had some appearances, but all the allegations and stuff came out. I think around the show was coming out. I said, yeah, they had to get all that stuff off the show. They weren't showing him.
All I'm gonna say is that PR team got there quick. Quick.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, nowhere to be found, and that's great for the league.
Yeah, man.
Great for the league. I agree.
I don't know if we can say that because we still got Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, and that's another thing. When you're a superstar athlete, man, like these guys do whatever they want to do.
No, anyway, we're getting off topic too far.
And that's just the reality of it. We can leave it at that.
Yeah, but it's just like I said, I'm excited to just see something fresh. And it's the same thing in the NBA. We got the Detroit Pistons being the number 1 team in the East. And the last time that happened,
Kawhi barbecued them though.
I was about to say that doesn't move me.
But I love sports, man. I'm just excited to be here, starting the podcast up right around when everything's starting to get exciting, and especially for University of Houston, things are starting to ramp up. We got to see. I don't know if y'all popped it on there, but George, he was talking about what you were speaking about. No, he got to watch Nolan Ryan pitch in the Astrodome. That is a memory that I don't think anybody could top that. Astrodome, Nolan Ryan. What gets better?
It's nuts. 4,000 strikeout at that. That's history.
Yeah,
you just had to be there, man.
4,000 strikeout. That's man. I think if anybody has a show and tell of best sports experience, I think Georgia takes the cake. I don't think anybody can stop that one. But I don't know about y'all, but I think we're getting good to a good point to end it. I don't know of any more topics I could bring up.
Yeah, I think that's kind of about it, man. We've been on here for an hour and 48.
Yes, sir.
We got 682 watching us. Shout out all the viewers, man. I think we can do one thing though. Star Pizza. Shout out.
Get me hungry now.
Somebody said some Star Pizza.
And then
what a transition.
Yeah, before we go, I do know we have one picture I wanted to pull up, and we didn't get to talk about it. Just want to give love to not only us and like all the viewers out there, but the university for making all of this possible, and the people that came before us. We didn't get to mention this earlier, but with the jersey retirement, we also got to show this photo. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hold on, I'm finding it.
All right, as he's doing it, like I said, like I'm really excited to be part of it. It's a blessing, and just give love to everybody else. That's insane. And we gonna let y'all know that this is how things are gonna be going moving forward. Follow University of Houston Cougar TV. Everybody, this is how we're moving, walking into 2026. You know, it's new media takeover, Cougar takeover. We're just having a great time and having a blast to be here. So.
Yeah, thank y'all for listening to us too.
Yeah. Hey,
and follow us on TikTok.
I was the first post. I want to thank you. Thank God. Thank God. my royalty wave real quick. And also, Mark Queen, I forgot to shout you out. Thank you for the videos and the article that he wrote a great article. If y'all interested in learning all about U of H transfers for football, go ahead and check that out on GoCoogs. Other than that, I think I'm going to throw it over to Kenneth so we can sign off.
Hey, man, great show. Great pod today. Shout out Brad for the sub. You really carried this back end of the show, man. Everyone came to see Brad. Shout out Star Pizza. Shout out Star Pizza for the sponsor. Episode 2, we got another Star Pizza sponsorship. We will be at Star Pizza tomorrow. Star Pizza off of Washington Avenue. So come see me, Ryan, Brad, Daniel, and I think Ryan said you can speak to him tomorrow. So
he's not on.
Yeah, so he's been feeling joyous a couple of days these last couple of days. So he said you can speak to him. So come see us at Star Pizza. Brad's gonna be chowing down.
I'm saying all your food is on Kenneth because he's Mr. Motion, and all your shots and your alcohol is gonna be on Ryan. He got your tab. You know, he's Mr. Motion himself.
That comment was not backed by me. Yeah. What were we gonna say? Yeah, shout out Star Pizza, 50 years in the making. 3 locations, pizza, salads, wines, pasta, etc. Shout out the Pittman family, everything else, and I think we can end this off with the GoCoogs.
Yeah, GoCoogs.
GoCoogs.